Good morning, children. This is your teacher Nafisa Edenwala wishing you a very cheerful and a wonderful morning. Today, children, we are going to do a lesson from your Bal Bharti 2.4, the three visions for India. We have children already done two visions. In the previous session, it's about Abdul Kalam, right? Now today we are going to do the third vision. But before we start the third vision, let's recap the first two vision which we did in the previous session. Now Abdul Kalam ji had three visions for India, that is freedom, development and standing up. That means he wanted freedom for India, he wanted to see a developed nation, and he wanted India to stand up to the rest of the world, that is means globally be recognized. Now he said, now there is a one strong statement he said was, if we are not free, no one will respect us. Isn't it a very great statement for us, in which he is giving us some message? He says that in 3000 years of our history, people from all over the world have come and invaded us, captured our land and our minds too. Like Portuguese, Greek, British, French, Dutch, all of them came and looted us. Yet we have not done this thing to any other nation because we respect the freedom of others. Now he is also telling us that this freedom जो आज़ादी हमें मिली है, आज हम आज़ाद देश के लोग हैं, और ये आज़ादी हमें किसकी वजह से मिली है? The sacrifice of our freedom fighters and national leaders, right? Like Mahatma Gandhi, Lokmanya Tilak, Gopal Krishna Gokhale, many children, right? And freedom fighters like Bhagat Singh, Mangal Pandey, all these people, they sacrificed their life to give us freedom. So he says that we must protect, nurture and build up this freedom. We must not let any other person harm our freedom. My second vision, he says, is for India is development. See, he's saying that development. What does it mean? That means that for more than 50 years, in fact more than 50 years I would say, we have been developing. हम तरक्की पे तरक्की कर रहे हैं. We are developing, we are growing. And now today, after so many years, we are a developed nation. So he says that stop thinking that we are underdeveloped or developing. Now we all are developed nation. India is much ahead of other countries. We are a developed nation. We are not now among 12 or 13 in the rank, but we are among the 5 top nations which are developed nations, strong nations. We are developed in terms of GDP. There is a 10% growth in other areas too. Our poverty levels are falling, means our standard of living is becoming better and better day by day. But उसको एक बात का दुख है, that is what we lack self-confidence to see ourselves as a developed nation. कि हमें अपने आप में ही विश्वास नहीं है, हमें कॉन्फिडेंस ही नहीं है हमें आप में. So that is, ये उसके लिए बहुत दुख की बात है. Now let's start with the third vision, children. Another strong statement. India must stand up to the world. My third vision, I have a third vision, he says, right? And now let's start, children. I have a third vision, that India must stand up to the world or no one will respect us. Only strength respects strength. We must be strong not only as military power but also economic power. Both must go hand in hand. Why are we Indians so embraced to recognize our own strength achieve our achievements. Why are we are such a great nation? We have so many amazing stories, but we refuse to acknowledge them. Why? Here Abdul Kalam is telling that my third vision is that India should be globally recognized. India should stand up before the whole world, creating his own identity. Then only we will be respected. Otherwise, no one will respect us. Only strength respects strength. What does this mean, children? This is also a very important point. That means strength means strong nation, children. Like United States of America, United Kingdom, Russia, they are strong nation, developed nation. Today in the world, their standing is very strong. So Abdul Kalam ji is telling me that we also must be strong like them. Then only we will get respect. That means strength, respect, strength. And how we can earn this respect, children? Let's see. We must be strong not only on a military means, we should be very strong from the military point of view. That is, our defense system should be very strong. We should have best of the arms, ammunition, aircrafts, and we do have, children, Rafale, fighter planes, missile, yes. Right? We have this, so we are already very strong on military base. And the second is economically, means financially. Means we should be developed in all the sectors, agriculture as well as industrial sector. We have to be very strong. That is, if we are strong financially, economically, then he says these two things, military power and economic power, goes both hand in hand. He is telling us why we Indian so embraced to recognize our strength. उनको ये लगता है, and it is true also somewhat, that we Indians are embraced. Embrace means ashamed of. हमें कबूल करना ही नहीं है that we are strong nation. Embrace, ashamed to recognize our strength and achievements. कि हमने ये सब किया है आज़ादी के बाद. हम यही सोचते हैं कि हमने कुछ नहीं किया. But we have made progress in all the fields. In technology, in industries, in agricultural sector, everywhere we have made progress. But we do not want to accept. We are embraced of it. We have so many success stories, but we refuse to acknowledge them. Now, success stories means of a great people who helped to develop our Indian economy. Before independence, Tata's, Jamshedji Tata, he set up an iron and steel industry. Today we have again Tata's, Birla's, Ambani's. These people have made our economy very strong. Right? And then he's saying that then why are we not accepting that we are a strong? We are already a strong nation. So he's saying that it's high time we must accept it, that we are strong and developed nation. Right? We are second largest producer of wheat in the world. We are second largest producer of rice. We are the first in milk production. We are number one in remote sensing satellite. Look at Dr. Sudarshan. He has transferred the tribal village into self-sustaining, self-driving unit. There are millions of such achievements, but our media is obsessed with only bad news and failures. Here, children, he is trying to tell us that we are the second largest producer of rice and wheat. And this is because of the dedication and hard work of M.S. Swaminathan. Can you see the picture on the right top? He is M.S. Swaminathan. He brought green revolution. He transformed the barren land of India, certain land, into cultivable land. And there we have started growing rice and wheat. And he brought us to the position of what? Second, number 2 position पे लेकर आए in the production of rice and wheat. Isn't it a great achievement for our India? Yes, these people. लेकिन हमको इसके बारे में मालूम भी है नहीं, because our media is obsessed. हमने कभी इनके बारे में ज़्यादा पढ़ा ही नहीं है न्यूज़ में. Second, we are number 1 in milk production. To your left, Dr. Kurian on the slide, Varghese Kurian. He brought white revolution. That is, milk is white in color. Yes. उन्होंने मिल्क के लिए, मिल्क तो जल्दी ख़राब हो जाता है बच्चे, राइट? अगर बाहर रहा तो ख़राब हो जाएंगे. So he brought milk, that is revolution in milk, that is white revolution. What did he do, children? Let me tell you something, because this is something very extra I'm going to tell you, but you should know, because India is involved in 2 revolution, green revolution and white revolution. Now what is white revolution? हमारे देश में जो छोटे छोटे गांव हैं, वहाँ के छोटे छोटे जो लोग हैं, जो फार्मर्स हैं, they keep pet as cow, buffaloes. Now these are milch animals. They used to milk the cow and buffaloes for their own use, but there is extra milk जो जल्दी खराब हो जाता है, right? So what do? They would throw away sometimes, because कुछ काम का नहीं रहता है. Everybody would have this. So डॉक्टर क्यूरियन saw this thing कि इंडिया में मिल्क प्रोडक्शन हो रहा है, लेकिन वो मिल्क वेस्ट हो रहा है. So what did he do? He set up a centers in every village or every town where these farmers, after keeping the milk for themselves, what they need, the extra milk they would bring to the center, and in return they would get some money. That was an extra income for the farmers, right? उनको कुछ और पैसे मिलता है. And this milk was taken to the factory where it was pasteurized. And I'm talking about which product I'm talking about? India का which product in milk? Utterly, butterly delicious Amul. Yes, I'm talking about Amul. Dr. Varghese started a factory in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, near somewhere in Gujarat, where milk from all over India is brought here. See, within fractions, and it is pasteurized. And today also in morning we have milk from Amul, fresh milk every day, right? Milk products of Amul are unbeatable anywhere. Today we are number 1. We were nowhere. जब तक क्यूरियन ने ये सेटअप नहीं किया था, we were not. Australia was number 1. But now, with his dedication and hard work, we are number 1 in milk production. We have Amul cheese, Amul butter, Amul paneer, Amul milk, and Amul curd. Amul ice cream. Yes, you all love it. Now, he says we are number 1 in remote sensing. Remote sensing means what? It is a man-made satellite, children, which was launched by India and which keeps us updated about communication and weather forecast. Whether it is going to rain, whether it's going to be cold, what will be the degree of hotness and coldness, humidity, all this we are updated by this. So isn't it a great achievement for India? We are number 1. See that number, which is very important. So we have achieved so much progress after independence. And there are many such stories, children, right? And the third one I'm talking about is Dr. Sudarshan. On the below, he is a social worker. उसने पूरा एक ट्राइबल विलेज को सेल्फ सफिशिएंट एंड सेल्फ ड्राइविंग यूनिट बना दिया. कैसे? उसने गांव में ही जितने भी चीज़ें थी उसको फुलनेस यूटिलिटी में लेकर he made that small village self-sufficient. Means everything what they need for the basic needs was available in that village. This is because of the hard work of Dr. Sudarshan. There is another one I can tell you is Baba Amte. So he has also transferred a small village in a self-sufficient and self-driving unit. Got it, children? Now, don't we realize that self-respect comes with self-reliance? That is what he said. कि अगर हमें रिस्पेक्ट चाहिए तो हमें अपने आप में विश्वास होना है. We should be self-reliant. We should trust ourselves. Then only we can gain respect. Got it? Now let's move further. I was in Tel Aviv once and I was reading a Israel newspaper. It was a day after a lot of attacks and bombardments and deaths had taken place. The Hamas had struck, but the front page of the newspaper had a picture of a Jewish gentleman who in 5 years had transformed his desert land into an orchid farm and granary. It was this inspiring picture that everyone woke up to. The gory details of killing, bombardments, death were inside the newspaper, buried among other news. Isn't it possible in our country? Now, here Dr. Kalam says that once when he was in Tel Aviv, it's an Israel state, Tel Aviv, which is a desert region, children. So he was on one of his tour and he says that early morning when I woke up, I just took up a local newspaper and to read it. Normally we also do that. So he said that a day before, a very important city that is Hamas was struck with bombardments, killing, brutal killing, lot of attack. And today also, children, Israel is under the threat. So he says that during that, when I was there, Hamas was attacked. But when he said that when I picked up the newspaper, I was surprised to see कि वो अटैक के बारे में फ्रंट पेज पे कुछ नहीं लिखा था, कुछ भी नहीं, बल्कि what everyone woke up with a great inspiring news and captivating news जिसने में मतलब that news was caught up in my eyes. That news I captured. And what was that? Inspiring. That a Jewish gentleman, Jewish means the followers of they belong to the Jew religion. That is, we call it Yahudi. He had transferred his barren land, barren that is desert land, जहाँ पे सिर्फ desert, into a cultivable land where he grew vegetables and crops. उसकी स्टोरी लिखी थी with his picture. So that was what does that prove, children? कि उतनी बुरी हालत होने के बावजूद Israelis have a positive outlook towards life, right? That is, they saw something good thing. They printed good thing on the first page. And the gory details means very bad news about violence, bombardments, killing, deaths. All this was inside the paper behind, buried somewhere in other news. So what is Abdul Kalam ji saying? That isn't it possible in our India, our country? ये चीज़ हमारे इंडिया में पॉसिबल नहीं है क्योंकि हमारे कंट्री में तो क्या है, फर्स्ट पेज पे बम्बार्डमेंट्स, theft, crime, failures, disasters, right? So he's telling our media, that is, media means what? Newspaper, TV, radio, everywhere you will find this. So he's telling, is it not possible in our country? मतलब हमें भी इनसे कुछ सीखना नहीं चाहिए कि अच्छे न्यूज़ प्रिंट करने चाहिए और जो बुरी बातें हैं, बुरे समाचार है, बुरे न्यूज़ है, it also should be printed, but inside the paper, on the other pages. So that is what. And he said early morning when you read such beautiful news, you wake up with a smile, right? That it मतलब अपना दिन बहुत अच्छा जाता है ना when we read such good news. We proceed further, children. Now another statement strong. I want to live in a developed India. Another question. Why are we as an Indian nation, so obsessed with foreign things. We want foreign TVs, we want foreign shirts, we want foreign technology. Why this obsession with everything imported? Do we not realize that self respect comes with self reliance? Right? Here, Abdul Kalam ji is telling, okay, we are behind all imported goods. We always feel imported goods are better. We want foreign TVs, foreign shirts, foreign technology, right? iPhones, laptops, imported cars. Why? He's saying why? We are obsessed with it, right, children? With all imported things. Why we want? Why can't we buy things of? Why this obsession with imported things? That is what he's trying to tell us. Why can't we depend on our Indian products? Why can't we accept that Indian products are the best products? Don't we realize that self respect comes with self reliance? And that is what our Prime Minister is even telling us today. Atmanirbhar bano. Use Indian products. Boycott foreign goods. Right? Now, another instance, he says, I was in Hyderabad when I was giving a lecture. A 14-year-old girl asked me for my autograph. I asked her what her goal in life is. She replied, I want to live in a developed India. See, such a beautiful answer. What did the girl told him? I want to live in a developed India. आपकी उम्र की बच्ची. So for her, you and I have to build this developed India. You must proclaim. And what did Abdul Kalam ji says? कि for her मतलब हमें अपने मतलब वो लड़की के लिए नहीं, हमारे बच्चों के लिए, जो हमारे फ्यूचर है इंडिया के, उनके लिए we all must give them a developed India, and we must say this thing confidently. That is, we must make a promise that we will give a developed India to our children, right? So with this, I finished the chapter, children. And one more thing I would like to tell you. Abdul Kalam ji once, when this kind of lecture वो शिलोंग में दे रहे थे, he fell down and he breathed last on 27th July 2015 at the age of 83 due to cardiac arrest. He left for the heavenly abode. Wasn't he a great leader for us? Okay, children. Now, children, I have one more informative thing to tell you all. That when we were doing warming up exercise, I did not do with you verbs, that is finite and non-finite. Children, there was a reason, because this explanation I want to carry forward with your in-text question. So ये थोड़ा mixing वाला हो जाता. So I am trying to making it as easy as I can, and I have tried my best, children. Now, go back to your page number 39. Okay? Now, finite verbs and non-finite. We have already done verbs in our parts of speech. They are action words. Now, these verbs, I tell you, children, I have tried best, and this again will be done later on in a separate video. But just because it is in the text, we have to do it. Now, verbs are classified into finite and non-finite verbs. Now, these non-finite verbs is further classified into participles, that is past participle, present participle, and gerunds and infinitives. But right now we have to concentrate on finite and non-finite verb, right? We will do the rest in the other part. Now read the sentence. I play football, he plays football, they play football, Manish plays football. Now with finite verbs, children, there is one thing you have to understand. As usual, you all know that our sentence contains subject, verb, and object. Do you all agree? Yes. Now, children, pay very carefully. Listen to me very carefully, children. We are having virtual class, so I have tried my best. And I'm sorry if something you missed out, so you have to re-watch this video. Please cooperate with me, children. Now, I tell you, finite verbs, they keep on changing. वो बदलते रहते हैं with your subject. That is, subject could be noun. Noun can be proper noun, common noun, abstract noun, whatever. Pronoun, first person, second person, third person. It also changes with singular and plural. That is number. And the fourth, it changes with the tense. Have I made myself very clear? It changes first with the noun, common noun, proper noun, right? It changes with tense. It changes with pronouns also. Now, first sentence, if I'm again reading it, I play football. He plays football. They play football. Manish plays football. I is a first person. उसके बाजू में exactly बाजू में एक verb होता है. Subject I है. Pronoun. Subject is play. Football. He plays. Pronoun हो गया तो play का क्या हो गया verb form? Plays. They is a plural, but it is a pronoun. It becomes play football. Manish is a single boy, proper noun. It becomes plays. Manish plays football. So you can also see one thing you can see common is exactly after subject, the verb which is there is called a finite verb. Got it, children? So we notice that the verb play, as we change the person, that is first person, second person, third person, number, singular, plural of the subject. When the use of the verb is limited by person or a number of noun, pronoun in the subject, we call as finite verb. Got it, children? Now read the sentence which is below. I like to play football. He likes to play football. They like playing football. Manish likes to play football. As you know, like becomes likes when a pronoun is used. I is a first person subject. Next word is finite verb. Now, suppose उसके बाद में क्या होना चाहिए? फुट. नाउ प्ले के साथ एक वर्ड यूज किया है टू. अभी जस्ट इमेजिन अगर मैं सेंटेंस ऐसे बोलूं, आई लाइक प्ले फुटबॉल, इज इट अ करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट? नो. सो प्ले के साथ वन वर्ड इज एडेड, दैट इज टू, which looks like a verb, but it is not a verb in a real sense. I can call it as imposters, right? They may be verb, but they don't look like. They look like verb, they are not verb. So they are called non-finite. Means वो verb के साथ कुछ attach किया जाता, added to it, जैसे to, ed, en, tense en, break, broke, right? Broken. Buy, buying, ing is added. So these are non-finite verbs. So you can say he likes to play football. Again, to play is a non-finite verb. They like playing. Now play के साथ ing लगा है. So जो verb है वो change हो गया है and that is non-finite verb. Manish likes to play football. तो to play is a non-finite. That means this play जो है it doesn't change. उसके साथ कुछ add होता है वो non-finite. वो अपने आप को कभी ज़्यादा बदलता नहीं है. They do not change. Now read, children. In a sentence above, the verb to play or playing do not change or take s और es form. उसमें s और es नहीं लगता है play के साथ जैसा first में लगा, right? But what is happening? You add to the verb plus ing, verb plus en. देखो in the second part, right? So that are non-finite verbs. I'm again reading the entire thing. Okay? In the sentence above, the verb to play or playing do not change or take s or es form. यहाँ पे प्ले में क्या नहीं लगता, एस और ई एस नहीं लगता, लेकिन क्या लगा है, आई एन जी, राइट. Even when we change person or a number of the subject, to plus verb आया, to play हुआ, verb plus ing, that is play plus ing, playing भी लगा. कभी कभी verb के साथ en लगता है, broke, broken, तो वो tense हो जाता है. have plus verb plus en या ed भी लगता है लास्ट में, जैसे develop, developed, and they are not limited by the subject. Such verbs are called non-finite. Now children, let's switch on to your exercise on your in-text 1, that is page number 43. Question number 6. Say whether each of the verbs underlined below are finite or non-finite. The first one, let's do it. We lack the confidence to see ourselves as developed nation. What is your subject over here? We. That is first person. The word next to we is what, children? Lack. So lack is your finite verb. That means always subject के बाद जो verb आता है, it is finite verb. You get half marks for this. Then you proceed ahead. The confidence to see. This is also see, action word, देख रहा है. Ourself as developed is also an action word, develop. लेकिन उसमें क्या है, to लगा है और last में develop में ed. So it is non-finite because जो base verb है see, उसके आगे to लगा है और develop है, उसके पीछे ed लगा है. तो it is non-finite. Now this sentence is in a present tense, so we will do that other part participle इसके साथ later on. We stand first in producing. Stand is a finite, producing is non-finite verb. Ing is added to the produce. I want to live. Want is a finite verb, that is I want to live in developed India. Sorry, I missed out, children. To live is non-finite. We prefer buying imported things. Prefer is a finite verb. Buying is non-finite verb. Fifth, India never try to force their way of life. To force is what? Finite. But उसके आगे अगर लगा दिया जाए to it becomes non-finite. Having invaded India, they captured our land. कैप्चर अगर होता तो इट इज़ अ फाइनाइट, लेकिन ईडी लगा दिया गया तो इट इज़ नॉन फाइनाइट वर्ब. So thank you children. Please write down all your notes in your classwork book and grammar in the grammar notebook. Thank you for watching me children. Love you all. Stay connected. Have a nice day.